Judgment Day member says Seth Rollins has cracked after recent brutal attack. The Visionary responds, a Judgment Day member fired some shots at Seth Rollins due to his recent actions. The Visionary had the perfect response. Finn Balor has been trying to win the World Heavyweight Championship for a while, but has come up short every time. However, he could get another chance to earn a world title opportunity, but he has to go through Seth Rollins next week, tonight on WWE Raw. Rollins was interviewed by Jackie Redmond. He addressed the upcoming Elimination Chamber match and said that all eyes were on him since he was going to win the match and punch his ticket to WrestleMania. Rollins was interrupted by Finn Balor, who told him that all eyes were on him since he seemed to have lost his mind in recent weeks. Balor reminded Rollins of his recent loss to CM Punk. He also reminded the Visionary how he snapped after losing the Royal Rumble match. Rollins responded by acknowledging their history in the ring. He said he has unfinished business with Punk and loose ends to tie up with Cody Rhodes, but Balor is standing in his way, but that won't be the case next week. Next week on Raw, Seth Rollins will face Finn Balor in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Seth Rollins declares CM Punk his biggest rival and that he loves Roman Reigns. In a recent interview on Up and Adams with Kay Adams, Rollins was asked who he despised more between Punk and Reigns. Seth Rollins recently spoke about his intense rivalry with CM Punk and Roman Reigns following their chaotic clash at WWE Royal Rumble. The three superstars were involved in a heated brawl during the closing moments of the men's match. As Rollins and Reigns battled to eliminate each other, CM Punk seized the opportunity and took them both out. However, his victory was short-lived as Logan Paul ultimately defeated him. Seth Rollins opens up on his current equation with former Shield member Roman Reigns, blames the OTC of having God complex. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns got into it once again as Seth Rollins attacked Roman Reigns following their elimination during the Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns have been on odds with each other ever since Seth Rollins backstabbed Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, which brought down the Shield. Since then, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins have crossed paths several times, and Rollins was one of the key people in helping Cody Rhodes take down the OTC at WrestleMania XL. Following this, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns crossed paths once again during the recently concluded Royal Rumble. In the Royal Rumble PLE, CM Punk had eliminated both Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Following the elimination, Seth Rollins attacked Roman Reigns and curb stomped him twice. Due to this, the OTC suffered injuries and will be out of action for a while. Seth Rollins explains his equation with Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins, following his attack on Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble, explained his equation with Roman Reigns. On an interview on Up and Adams with Kay Adams, Rollins explained that he loves Roman Reigns since the two superstars had come up in the WWE together. I love Roman Reigns. Let's get that clear, I love him. We came into the industry together. Roman and I broke into WWE together back in 2012. We came in as a trio. The other guy, Jon Moxley, aka Dean Ambrose. He's gone right now, but Roman and I have stuck around in WWE, and we've both risen from the very bottom of WWE to the very top of WWE, said Seth Rollins as he explained the love he has for Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins claims Roman Reigns has God complex. Seth in his statement further told that he also carries ill will and hatred for Roman Reigns, as he believes the OTC has a God complex. Now, Roman's a different guy. He's living in his own space. He's got this kind of narcissistic complex, this God complex going on, and I got ill towards him because we haven't seen eye to eye for some time. But there's also, it's rooted in love. Thin line between love and hate. I want the best for him. Seth Rollins further stated during the interview following the attack on Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble. 27-year-old superstar to injure Seth Rollins on WWE Raw tonight? It's not CM Punk. Seth Rollins will compete in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match against Finn Balor on WWE Raw next week. After losing the men's Royal Rumble bout, this will be the Visionary's second chance at securing his ticket to WrestleMania 41 that the Architect wants to win his bout against Balor for various reasons. He not only wants to be part of the show of shows, but also to get his hands on CM Punk. The Second City Saint booked a spot in the Chamber match by defeating Sami Zayn on last week's episode of Monday Night Raw. To gain an advantage over Rollins, the Prince can plan an assault on him with the help of a stablemate. Finn Balor can resort to unfair means to make sure he is the favorite heading into the contest. To do this, he can ask TH. Seth Rollins declares CM Punk his biggest rival and that he loves Roman Reigns in a recent interview on Up and Adams with Kay Adams. Rollins was asked who he despised more between Punk and Reigns. Seth Rollins recently spoke about his intense rivalry with CM Punk and Roman Reigns following their chaotic clash at WWE Royal Rumble. The three superstars were involved in a heated brawl during the closing moments of the men's match. As Rollins and Reigns battled to eliminate each other, CM Punk seized the opportunity and took them both out. However, his victory was short-lived as Logan Paul ultimately defeated him. Seth Rollins recently spoke about his intense rivalry with CM Punk and Roman Reigns following their chaotic clash at WWE Royal Rumble. The three superstars were involved in a heated brawl during the closing moments of the men's match. As Rollins and Reigns battled to eliminate each other, CM Punk seized the opportunity and took them both out. However, his victory was short-lived as Logan Paul ultimately defeated him. Seth Rollins has lifted the lid on the reasons behind his dislike of CM Punk. The duo have been at odds since Punk returned to WWE at Survivor Series 2023 and looks set to meet for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40 before a torn triceps muscle sidelined the Second City Saint. For over 6 months, that CM Punk and Seth Rollins reignited their feud in late 2024 and made history when headlining the debut of WWE Raw on Netflix, held at Los Angeles' Intuit Dome on January 6, 2025. Speaking during a recent appearance on The Maggie and Perloff Show, the former Shield member opened up about his strained relationship with CM Punk. Noting that both men have different perspectives on their relationship, there is a lot of personal history there between me and CM Punk and different perspectives. He's on a different side of and is 10 years older than I am. He sees our relationship a lot different than I did. It's been very interesting to kind of lay all of this out to the world because I think people see it from both sides, especially someone who might be a fan of CM Punk. They root for him and want him to come back and long for him to come back to WWE. Then you hear the side of the people who he sort of stepped on along the way with no apology and no remorse. You start to hear that and ask questions about whose side am I really on here? Who is a good guy and who is a bad guy? I think that's what makes it interesting for me. It's been an interesting time and year to lay all of that out, stuff I've kept inside for a long time. You see it pop out here and there in little interviews. Now I finally get a microphone and be able to unload on the guy. The truth is the truth, and sometimes it hurts. Seth Rollins names Dream WrestleMania 41 opponent. After being eliminated from the Royal Rumble by CM Punk on February 2nd, Seth Rollins attacked both the voice of the voiceless and Roman Reigns in a stunning assault at ringside. Seth Rollins will compete in a men's Elimination Chamber qualifying match next week on WWE Raw. He will face former Universal Champion Finn Balor in a singles match. However, wrestling veteran Vince Russo does not seem very excited about the two former rivals squaring off once again. The Visionary was present on last night's Raw, where he talked about his goals for the WrestleMania season. However, he was soon interrupted by Finn Balor. They touched upon their history, recalling the Universal Championship match between them years ago at SummerSlam. However, Vince Russo is not impressed with the matchup. The former WWE writer questioned if anyone's even interested in seeing the two collide during his appearance on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of RAW. Is there anyone on this planet that cares about Seth Rollins and Finn Balor? Is there one person? One? He said both Finn Balor and Seth Rollins have not had a good start to 2025. While the Judgment Day member lost his grudge match against Damian Priest last month, the Visionary